This week's vocabulary story is Briar Rabbit and the Hurricane. Once all the animals lived together in one community. It was a quiet and tranquil place. Our vocabulary word this week is tranquil, which means calm and peaceful. When times were good, the animals all had jobs and plenty to eat. But if times were not so good, the animals all had to struggle to live and often went to bed hungry. It was one of those bad times. The fields and trees were empty and there was not enough to eat. All the animals thought about food all day long. All the animals, that is, except Briar Bear. The skinnier the animals got, the fatter Briar Bear got. The animals often talked about why Briar Bear was so fat and they were so skinny. One day, Briar Rabbit said, "Let's stop talking and do something about it." Briar Rabbit decided to keep an eye on Briar Bear to learn his secret. Briar Rabbit found a good hiding place near the bear's home. "I'll just watch what old Briar Bear does," Briar Rabbit thought. The next morning, Briar Bear was up before the rooster had a chance to crow. He headed into the woods, so Briar Bear followed along, but not too close behind. After a bit, Briar Bear went over a hill, and Briar Rabbit lost him. Where's that bear off to now?" wondered Briar Rabbit. Just then, a breeze blew by, and Briar Rabbit smelled something sweet. Our vocabulary word is breeze, which is a light and gentle wind. "I'll follow the smell and see where it takes me," he thought. When Briar Rabbit came over the top of the hill, what do you think he saw? Why, he saw Briar Bear sitting in a tree, eating sweet, gooey honey right off honeycomb. Briar Rabbit shouted, "Please, Briar Bear, I'm so hungry. Would you share a little bit of honey with me?" But as you may know, bears have a huge appetite and are not good at sharing food. Briar Bear looked down and frowned at the rabbit. "You better get away from here. This is my honey," he growled. The next day, Briar Rabbit got the animals together and told them what he had seen. "Why can't he share with all of us?" asked Briar Possum. "Don't fret," said Briar Rabbit. "We're all going to have some of that sweet honey. I have an idea. I believe our weather reporter is forecasting a hurricane," he said with a wink. Our vocabulary word this week is forecasting, which means to predict in advance. So Briar Rabbit and the other animals worked out a plan. At Briar Rabbit's signal, some of the animals would shake the tree and those with wings would flap them in the tall grass. All this flapping and shaking would cause a great commotion. This week, our vocabulary word is commotion, which means a lot of noisy and excited activity. "We'll tell old Briar Bear it's a hurricane," laughed Briar Rabbit. Briar Rabbit ran toward the honey tree where Briar Bear was eating. He gave the signal, and the others started shaking and flapping. "Hurricanes a comin', hurricanes a comin'," Briar Rabbit yelled. "The weather reporter is forecasting a hurricane, and I have to tie myself to a tree before I blow away." The animals were making such a commotion that Briar Bear quickly scrambled down that tree. He begged Briar Rabbit to help him. "Please, Briar Rabbit, tie me to the tree with you," he pleaded. "I don't want to blow away." Briar Rabbit said, "Here, Briar Bear, I'll tie you to the tree first, then I'll tie myself." He went around and around and around that tree with the rope, making several knots as he went. "Oh, Briar Rabbit," said Briar Bear, "be sure to save some rope for yourself." "Oh, I will," said Briar Rabbit with a smile. When he was sure that that bear could not move, Briar Rabbit called out to the others, "Come and take a peek at Briar Bear." Suddenly, the commotion stopped and conditions became calm again. This week, our vocabulary word is conditions, which is how something is or what it is like. So all the animals came and had a good look at Briar Bear. Then they all climbed the tree to eat as much honey as they wanted. They took home a lot of honey for their families too. I wonder if anyone ever came along and untied that old bear.